Hello, internet friends. My name is Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. Well, I'm doing a Smosh video again. Now, there's a lot of other content I do want to dig into, and I have a long list of suggestions that I am working through. Trust me, your suggestions are not unheard. I will be getting to them, believe me. But I also know that you guys really like the Smosh stuff, and honestly, I do too. So let's watch some more of that. I figured I'd take a look at another one of their musical episodes because they're pretty rare. I think there have only been 2. You can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I've only found 2 in my searches, so they're hard to find if there are more of them. I talked about it in the last video, but in case you're new to my channel, musical improv is a very tricky thing to get good at. It's a lot of things happening at once. You should be thinking about song structure, as well as story, as well as jokes, as well as rhyme scheme. You also have to do all the stuff that you normally do in improv, like supporting your scene partners, entertaining an audience, and just making sense, which is really difficult when you're juggling all of those other things at the same time. You'll notice I didn't mention you have to sound good, because honestly, that's really the last thing that we care about in musical improv. It's a great bonus. If you sound fantastic singing, that's great and bonus points for you, but it's really not the important part of doing well at musical improv. So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm not looking for the best singer. This is not a Broadway audition, but I'm looking for people who are going to tell me a story. They're going to give me character. They're going to tell me who, what, where, when, and why in a very short moment. They'll have things that rhyme. They'll have good song structure. They'll be supporting their partners. They'll be doing all of the things that we see in good improv, but in a structured song format, which just adds a level of difficulty that is not normally there in a standard improv scene. Along the way, I'll point out things that I see that are particularly special and exciting, and if I see anything that maybe goes a little haphazard or wonky, I'll point out why and what maybe caused the stumble if I see any. And if you're new to my channel and you see me critiquing something or pointing out where something goes wrong, quote unquote, it's just me giving a note and trying to educate people on how improv works and what I'm seeing as someone who has been doing this for over a decade and really understands the art form of improv. I never mean any shade to any of these performers. That's why I always start these videos off explaining how hard improv is and how much goes into doing it well. Every single person you are about to see do this is good at what they do and is brave for doing it on camera. And I specifically chose the musical episode because the last one I did impressed me so much that I have kind of high hopes for this one. And I'm excited to see what they do because I really, really loved a lot of what was in that last episode. I'm aware this has been out for a few months, but I have not watched it yet. So I'll be able to see this with fresh eyes and give you guys my honest feedback first time seeing it. I'm not going to put every single song that they do in my final edit. If you want to see every single thing that these performers do in their Try Not to Laugh episode, you're going to have to go to the Smosh channel for that. I do reaction content, but I react to things that I like and enjoy, and I always want to support the people that I am reacting to. So I highly encourage you, please go to the Smosh channel. Watch these performers. Give them views and clicks. I don't get that many views and clicks, and they get a lot more than me, but that's because they deserve the views and clicks that they get. So go over there, watch the full episode after you watch this, for sure. Watch this first, then go watch the whole thing on their channel. Okay, great. Let's start watching some improv.
I want to hear songs that are like songs from a musical based on a profession. That's my take. All right.
Ooh. Done and done. We got it, guys. Remember, this is exactly like Try Not to Laugh, except it's all going to be musicals and sung by us. Bye.
I know jobs. I can do a profession.
Yeah, we've all had professions.
Let's see. Influencer.
Everyone here is at normal jobs.
Model.
This week on Law and Order SVU.
So the evidence here
Yeah. Oh, that's a blood stain right there.
looks like the perpetrator came in from behind and must have went through the back door.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm trying to follow what this physicality is.
Show extra.
Okay, amazing.
And I'm far too extra to be in the back. I'm a TV show extra.
Great. I thought this was going to be about detectives, but it's about extras.
Really distracting and I say watermelon, but not.
So the perpetrator came in.
Yeah, the blood stains are right here. I can't focus. Can you
It's
focus?
my time to get in the union.
Great. Interestingly enough, there is actually an improv game that I've played before. I don't know if it's played a lot. We definitely do it locally here. But there's a game where the whole premise of it is being a background extra that is too extra. And they are constantly distracting from a movie scene. So that is a improv game that I've played and seen done. Like I said, I don't know how universally played it is, but it's kind of funny that she pulled that into this scene. So great bit. Yeah, fun. Extra being extra. Simple, executed well, fun. I understand who she was, what she was doing. The setup being kind of long was great because in the beginning I'm like, what is she doing? What was that physicality? She's just kind of there and being distracting. Because initially I was sort of pulled away from what was happening with the two detectives. She was just distracting me. But ultimately that was her point, was she was being distracting. So, executed well. Did exactly what she was supposed to do. Great.
Well,
I'll give you my tag.
what's the point?
Perfect. Great job, babe.
Chocolate is my thing. They always said it was a man's job. But I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Lesbians love chocolate too.
Hey, Mr. Lesbian Wonka, can I come into your factory?
Sure, kid. Anyone's allowed. All
What?
you need is the golden ticket.
Hey, Lesbian Wonka, can I get another gold ticket?
Yeah, are you a lesbian? Yeah, come on in.
What is this
Golden
premise?
ticket.
Hey, Lesbian Wonka.
Yeah.
Girl in red?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Chocolate is for women.
Lesbian Willy Wonka. That is her interpretation of a normal job.
Times. And on my own eye.
Did you say you're a chocolate lesbian?
I'm a chocolatier.
Lesbian Willy Wonka.
I'm lesbian Willy Wonka.
It's Lesbian Willy Wonka, don't you know?
I have nothing to say about that. That was crazy.
Little kids, 'cause I'm a up little man. That's a profession in the United States.
What?
Yay! It's a 9 to 5.
It's a living.
It's a 9 to 5.
I can't
I have
wrap.
to clock my hours all the time.
I like the song structure of this. None of that made any sense, but I loved it. It was horrific. Being a character is a job too, by the way.
Phew!
The establishment is amazing.
I'm a little boy, but I work in the mine. I'm a minor, but trust me, it's fine.
This is
I
incredible.
don't go to school, but I am no fool because my job could replace me with canary.
Wow. Okay, that was incredible. That was like a fully fledged out thought and piece. A minor. So smart. Such a clever concept. Like a little vignette of a piece. Clever concept, a minor. And then establishing the character right off the bat. So coming out there with the little physicality and, you know, all of the characteristics with the costuming and all of that. But just coming out with the physicality is such a big thing. So he knew what he was going to be when he came out there, obviously. But a big trick you can do in improv if you don't know what you're going to do and you don't have any idea for a character is just put on any physicality. Like, walk out in some kind of very specific way. Like, slouch over really big and walk slow, or the opposite of that, very regally walk out. And just give yourself a big physicality and it'll kind of inform who your character is. So I love that he immediately had a very strong physicality in how he was carrying himself, because it told me a lot about who the character was going to be without any words coming out straight away. And then lyrically, super solid. Everything was super fun and thought out. What a clever joke of just a little kid that works in the mines. It's sad, but funny. 10 out of 10. Love it. That's my favorite thing I've seen so far. From the moment he walked out till he left, it was perfectly done. Great. No notes except for all of the positive ones I just gave.
Can you do something sad?
Hi.
I'm a lonely stylist, and I don't mean to be nihilist.
Oh, love that rhyme.
I don't want to go.
Okay.
I want you to stay with me. Fade away.
Oh, yes.
Fade away.
Clever wordplay.
Stay with me. I don't want to fade.
I just want to trim. Thanks.
Fade away. I don't want to fade.
This is a really fun character to develop.
Stay. I don't want to fade.
Great.
The best, I heard.
Away.
Again,
Really good.
he clearly had a great idea when he came out.
Thank you so much for coming to Dry Bar. That'll be $75.
I love it.
So again, he came out clearly with an idea of a nihilistic hairstylist who is worried about people leaving him behind or him fading away into oblivion or whatever, and had a lot of wordplay, probably planned ahead of time. He thought of it and knew what to do, but great, clever conceptually to come out with this idea and run with it and just play with this idea of a nihilistic hairdresser and have this fun wordplay of fade away. You know, obviously fade is a hairstyle, and to have this fun play of words. I love that kind of stuff. Puns, wordplay. It's clever. People like to say puns and stuff are cheesy. It's not. It's clever. It's actually very clever. I respect it. If you do it well, it's very clever stuff. So I thought that was great. The musicality of it being, you know, having that sense of longing and sorrowfulness to it. Perfect little touch to the idea of the character. All right. So let's see what the next category of music is.
I'm in the chair and I want to see duets now.
That's Josh, though.
On the note of Josh, I mentioned it in the last video, having a musician, hugely important to doing musical improv, because they are improvising with you. They are making up all of the music alongside you. They will hear what you are doing vocally and they will riff with that. So if they hear you kind of leading into a chorus, they will bring the music to a chorus. If they hear you kind of ending the song, they'll end it and wind it down for you. If they see you kind of needing it to get to a bridge or a verse, they know how to lead the song into those points musically, so it makes sense for what you're trying to do vocally. Can you do musical improv to a backing track? Yes, I've done it. It's not ideal. It's very difficult because you do have to stay in the very specific structure of that backing track, and it's very limiting and it's hard to do. Having a musical improviser playing music with you makes all the difference, and it is so much more compelling and interesting, and what they are doing is super important to this art form. So yes, do give it up for Josh. He is an incredibly important part of this entire segment. Much respect to any accompanist that works with us on musical improv. They are incredible.
It's my time to clock in for work, but I have a little bitty
Are we gonna develop it?
We have to make people laugh. But my ex is on my other half.
Hey kids, we're doing his birthday party today. Who's a birthday boy?
Who's a birthday boy? You take
That's
it.
my line.
Okay, you take it.
Okay, classic you. Take
Okay,
it
no,
on stage.
classic you, classic you.
This is why it never worked. This is why it never worked.
It never
Yeah.
worked.
It never
I want this to go somewhere else.
I guess that's life. And we're gonna keep going. Stay tuned for part 2. There's a part 2.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm curious if they mean that genuinely, if they're going to bring those characters back, because I say that because I wanted that to go somewhere else, because all we really got from that was they work together and they're exes, which was established immediately. Amanda came in and said, I have to clock into work, but my coworker's my ex. We got that immediately, and then we got no new information. They just were there being coworkers and exes. We didn't learn anything new. They didn't change anything throughout that scene. This is why musical improv is so hard, because you're worried about the singing and all of this stuff, so it becomes hard to worry about all of the other things you need to do. But looking at that scene as a scene, nothing really happened. Nothing was developed. So I would have wanted to see, are they going to reconcile? Are they going to have a bigger fight and blow up? Are they going to accuse each other of something? Are we going to learn why they broke up? Is there going to be something more interesting? A good rule that I have whenever I'm doing any kind of improv scene is, why are we seeing this moment? If you're putting something on stage at any point in time, there should be a reason for it. There should be a reason we are witnessing this specific moment in these characters' lives, right? So why that moment? If they're coworkers and exes, they're probably working together all the time, right? So nothing really special happened in that moment. I would have liked to see something different happen. Maybe something would have reignited a spark there, and they get back together or start to feel things again. Oh, this is why I liked you in the first. I don't know. Really anything could have happened, but nothing really did. So that's really my only note there, is we didn't get much development from that. Cute scene, fun, funny, interesting, but could have been more interesting. So I'm interested to see if they do bring the clowns back, so that we can get a little bit of redemption for that. But keep that in mind. Why are we ever seeing a scene? What is special about this moment in these characters' lives?
We're two titties.
Yes, we are!
We're not itty bitty.
No, we're not!
I said
We're two titties! Yes, we are! We're not itty bitty! No, we're not!
Squeeze out, grab them, bring us out. In a sweet song, if everyone consents. No, don't then leave us alone, because
Okay.
it's all about consent when it comes to titties.
I like the aggressive titties. Sure. I'm fine with that. Sometimes it can just be goofy, to be fair.
The story of how we met.
What
It's
is
a
this?
beautiful one that I'd never forget. It was the day of the insurrection. That's
Beautiful.
when I found perfection.
Amazing.
You all know the date, and isn't it great
Amazing.
to find your mate while you're being a patriot?
Yeah, make it work.
It wasn't what I meant when I decided to went to overthrow the government.
He's my
That was pretty.
Capital,
He's my capital.
capital.
I'm
this.
gonna storm him. Because he's my capital.
Incredible. That was super fun. We love a love ballad.
This is what I want. I want
want you guys to do an I want song.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when the character says what they really want most in the musical. Yeah.
No, you took an idea. I was just gonna do all of Moana.
Yeah, oh my god.
Get out of here. You are dismissed.
I know we made these plans a couple weeks ago, but now that it's the day of the plans, I don't really wanna go.
Oh my god, relatable.
I'm just a lazy sack of shit. Now I don't want to go through with it. Cancel. Please just cancel.
Oh my god.
I don't want to leave my house, so please just cancel.
Oh God.
Cancel.
Oh my god.
Please just cancel.
Wow. Can I make this my
I don't want
ringtone?
to leave my house, so please just cancel.
Wow.
True. God, so true.
That is, I hope that's relatable to everyone and that I'm not just like a sad introverted person a lot of the time. But yeah, there's a lot of times that like extroverted me makes plans and then it comes time to go and I would much rather just like play Baldur's Gate on my computer and not leave the house. So that was incredible. Very simple, but very effective. She wanted an I want song. He wanted to have his plans canceled. Perfectly executed, very simple. The characterization was great. Just, I don't want to go. It was very well done. Very simple and effective.
That's a new age musical right there.
Whoa.
Get up.
You can't play.
Oh.
My name is Josh. And I'm
Oh, 'cause she can play?
roasting Angela on camera. So now's the time for revenge. This is revenge. I don't tend to end. This is revenge. I'm Josh and I'm an idiot.
That was f***ing mean.
You make the worst memes about me.
I didn't know she could play the piano. That's cool.
Leave the room.
Yeah, I did.
That's cute.
Kyle, you're the all-star quarterback of this team. What do you want?
What do I want? I want to be noticed, and I want to dance. I want to be a singer. Just give me one chance.
Okay, no, but like actually, like what do you want? Like, welcome to Burger King. What do you want?
55 burgers and 55 fries, 55 tacos and 55 pies and 55 cokes.
I really hope
Okay, and you get the
that he is
all-star
referencing I
quarterback
Think You
discount?
Should Leave with that. Okay, sorry. I gotta say a lot about that right now. Okay, first of all, fun premise. It starts off seeming like a typical like High School Musical-esque thing of, it's like I seem like the jock, but I actually just really want, to be accepted for great, cliche. But then actually this is a burger restaurant. Can you just give me your order? Like that's what I'm actually asking. I don't really want to know about your life. Fun. Subverting expectations is such a good thing you can do in comedy in general. In improv, it's a great trick to have in your back pocket. Just subvert expectations. What are they expecting? Do the opposite. Great. Easy joke. What I love about that is the 55 burgers, 55 fries, 50. Because I'm a huge fan of Tim Robinson, I Think You Should Leave, and that is one of the most well-known bits from the latest season of that show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please watch I Think You Should Leave on Netflix if you have Netflix, or just go look up the 55 burgers clip, because that, I'm certain, is what Damien was referencing if he just for no reason started listing 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 milkshakes. Would make no sense. So yeah, that was very funny. Any good Tim Robinson reference, I'll take it.
What I'm picking is songs based off of TV shows.
Well, it's 40 years later, but still, you're getting to be a big boy.
Growing up has been so tough. I'm 50 years old. I'm
Caillou.
No, you cannot go outside. Been so tough. Why have I been bold all of these years? It's Caillou. It's Caillou.
I know nothing about Caillou other than people make fun of him, like, and hate him for some reason. I don't know anything about him other than he's a bald cartoon kid.
Wow. Nothing like eye contact on. I'm getting to be a big boy.
The company will never be yours.
It's me, Greg from Succession.
I also don't watch Succession. I'm gonna be bad at all of this.
Want a piece of the company? Yeah, it's me, Greg from Succession. Yeah, I may be 6'7", but I've got a huge inspiration to run the company. Please, can I run the company? Can I run the motherfucking company? I know numbers. Come on, my name is Greg, and I'm good with numbers. Let me run the company.
Yeah. All right. What I'll say about that, because I do not watch Succession and I honestly don't know anything about it. I think it's about a family and like some sort of business that has a lot of money. I don't really know. But to give credit to Amanda, I know that the character of Greg has very strong ambitions to run the company, and I don't think is being allowed to. So I have been given some context to a character on the show. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the context I got from that. So I think job well done in portraying a character. I could have an incorrect assumption about them at this point, but that's what I got from it. And I think if you're getting the point across of a character's personality type or some aspect of them without anyone even knowing the context, I think you're succeeding at what you're doing. So even without watching the show, I got something out of that.
Oh, God! I love being here at the manor with you, Mom.
Oh, thanks. I'm a MILF. This is MILF
MILF Manor.
This is MILF Manor. You don't mind your manner.
I'm of age again. Mom, you're hot. The other mom's of age. And I'm of age. This show is a disgrace.
This show is the downfall of society. Everyone's gonna die. And
Okay.
one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will have watched MILF Manor.
MILF Manor shows that the horsemen
Okay,
are
they
coming.
got a little bit better. So one thing I want to mention about that, they saved it there at the end of it. But for a bit there, they were stepping on each other quite a bit. They weren't listening to each other to start. It seemed like they were trying to sing together, but then they weren't saying the same things. And then they were each trying to say their own thing, but they were doing it at the same time. So it was getting really messy and muddled, which you don't want to do in any improv scene because you don't want to talk at the same time as each other. But if you're trying to do a song, you definitely don't want to do that because then it's just becoming messy. But it seems like they noticed they were doing that and they gave each other space because the back half of the song, they stopped doing that. So just a thing to note, if you're singing a song, if you're trying to sing together, a good way to make sure that you are singing the same words a lot of time is to look each other either in the eyes or at each other's mouths to figure out what you're trying to actually sing and just really be listening to each other to figure out where is this going? What are we about to sing? Or just let it be a call and response. You sing, I sing, you sing, I sing, unless you're really on the same page about what you're going to be singing together. Or again, if you're doing a song that's like intentionally a bit chaotic or a song in the round where everyone is singing their own thing, but it's intentional and that's the style of music you're doing. That was just messy. So just a thing to keep in mind, but it seems like they did catch it and cleaned it up at the end.
Heard you're into this kind of stuff. Welcome, Angela, to the world of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is the word. Maybe you'll see it on HBO Max. Let me tell you, girl.
Ooh.
There's Arya the Swift.
Okay.
Jon Snow the Bold. Ned Stark lost his head. Oops, I guess I told.
I'm aware of that.
Targaryens told about in legends of old. And that's only in season 1.
I've only seen season 1.
Final season. 3, 2, 1.
No!
And then they go, and then the girl's on the dragon, and then the girl's on the dragon. In the final season, there's got him, and then the end.
You're so good.
Yeah, I feel exactly the way Angela feels. Damie's just really good at this. That was, for me, like a perfect recounting of Game of Thrones, because my perspective of Game of Thrones was when it first came out, everyone was obsessed with it and they loved it. And so I watched the first season to try to get into it, and I gave it an entire first season. I always feel like with TV shows, you, to be fair, have to give it a full season to give it a fair shot. And I did that, and I didn't care for it. It wasn't my thing, just not for me. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I was aware of it in the culture like everyone else was, but I didn't watch it for the rest of the time it was on. And then I was aware that the final season was apparently a real big mess and no one liked it. And so that retelling of it, of like this perfect, story, and oh, it's so great, and there's all these things, and then the final season just being an incomprehensible mess, is such a fun thing to do in like a shortened thing of like, oh, let me tell you the tale of this Game of Thrones in musical format, and then for the musical to devolve from a beautiful piece of music to incomprehensible nonsense that he can't even explain, and it's just becoming garbled gook, is perfect. It is a great representation of what the show was for its fans. From my outsider's perspective, that's what I believe most people feel about it. So even for someone that only watched the first season, I think that was great. Very funny.
My name is Chance, and the next round is opera.
Ooh.
That's the thing about Chance. Honestly, slide into his DMs and send him opera. He loves opera.
Welcome to Irwindale, the Renaissance pleasure fete. Irwindale, everybody here. Everybody Did you know turkey legs?
I feel like I can answer that question.
And everybody's freaky because everyone was nerds in high school.
That's the answer.
And I'm gonna use my horn for something you wouldn't expect.
This is not an instrument, it has to do with sex.
The subtitles are killing me.
She's the rocker of the group.
Look, any place where a lot of stereotypically nerdy people gather, I don't know. I go to a lot of like convention-y type things, and like I play a lot of D&D and board games. I can't really explain the correlation between the two, but it's kind of like if you went to public high school and you're aware that the band geeks were always typically actually the biggest freaks, it translates into other traditionally nerdy hobbies. And I don't know why that is, but it is sometimes. From my observations, I'm ace, so everybody seems overly into it to me, so
What I want on this day is the Smosh the musical. We're going insular here. Smosh the musical, whatever that means to you.
Open your eyes. Oh, yeah. God, it's so good to be back, Ian. It's so good to have you back, Anthony. We're back. We're back. We're back. Better than ever and back and better than better than back and better than ever.
They're trying to get it on track.
Even though we're older, we're back. We're back and we're better. Defy will never have us again.
Yeah, I could tell they were trying to get in line.
Okay, so you can't say,
Okay, and it's one word story, so let's go around and each say one.
I am the moose of a moose master.
What?
You make a mockery by doing gentlemen's a moose master.
so, I think it's your turn.
Did we ever think?
You, it's not your turn, it's my turn. I am a moose. I'm a big moose.
Okay.
Watch your back. I'm not getting the song right.
I was just thinking that.
But it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought that Moose Master could actually call a real moose.
I'm like trying to get into the rhythm. I'm like trying to help. How would I help?
Cut off my head.
Oh my god, she's dead!
Good. It's my show now. Going now.
Beginning, middle, end, full arc.
Oh my god. So that was interesting because like my instincts as an improviser kicked in where I'm like, I want to help her find the way to jump in and sing. Angela did it. Angela kind of started singing in a rhythm that would help because yeah, it was clear that Amanda wasn't finding a way to sing to what Josh was playing. She was just kind of speaking, which isn't necessarily wrong. It's fine if you want to like kind of sing through it. That's a choice you can make. But she called it out. And there's nothing wrong in improv with calling out things you're doing. It's fine. The audience sometimes will like that and laugh at it. Some people don't like that. I don't have a problem with people calling out their own stuff that they're doing. Like if it's becoming glaringly obvious it's happening and you want to call it out, that's fine. In my opinion, personally, go for it on occasion. Don't overdo it because then you're just beating yourself up for no reason. Yeah, instinctually, I just wanted to like find it with her and start doing something to get her into the beat and into the rhythm. So Angela jumping in and starting to sing something was a very helpful choice to make to get some sort of melody going into the piece for her. So that was a good partnership. That's a thing that you want to do in musical improv. Give your scene partners some help musically when they need it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us for TNTL the Musical Part 2. Josh, let's give a round of applause.
A clap for everybody. It was well done.
Guys,
That was another really fun musical Try Not to Laugh. I'm glad I took the time to watch that one. There was such a variety of things done. Some of it just silly little bits that really don't need any story or explanation or depth, just being goofy, and that's perfectly acceptable. Some of it really strong premises and even developed stories that I would want to see more of. Some of it not super well developed and things I wanted to do more with. But provided they are given very small windows to do those little musical moments, it was a lot of really fun stuff. And all of these performers, I feel like, would do really well in long form musical improv. It would be really neat to see them do that. I harp on it a lot on my channel that long form improv is an entirely different thing. And I would really love to see these performers do long form improv. I don't get out to the West Coast nearly as much as I used to, but maybe I'll get a chance to do that soon. I do plan on watching some long form on this channel soon. So if you're interested in seeing me break down long form and what goes into that, what makes great long form, do stick around. I plan on posting some of that soon. If you have any suggestions of videos you want me to look at, keep posting those below. I have been making a list of things I'm going to watch in the future, and I would love to keep adding to that. For those of you that have asked where you can see me improvise, I am currently in Florida. So if you follow me on Instagram, I post where I'll be performing on there, so you can stay up to date with where I'm going to be performing next. If you're not already subscribed, not sure what you're waiting for, subscribe to the channel, join me as I make videos and talk to you guys about all things improv and whatever else I feel like talking about on here. That way you'll know whenever I post new videos. Speaking of posting new videos, I'm actually going to be out of the country for all of August, performing in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I have stupidly written and produced a one-woman show that I will be performing in, so I will be a bit busy. So my upload schedule may fall off a little bit throughout that month, but I am doing my best to have stuff prepared ahead of time. So if you subscribe, you will have the best chances of knowing when I will be uploading during that a little bit chaotic month. If you like this video, please give it a like. The like button looks like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.